Golden Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise. If you don't know, I split up Bachelor in Paradise and Golden Bachelor into whenever I stop talking about the Golden Bachelor, there will be a timestamp. If I start Bachelor in Paradise, there will be a timestamp. So if you came for one, not the other, please look at the timestamp. If you can't find the timestamp, I typically just hold up my little notebook like this whenever I'm done talking about Golden Bachelor. So if you see me holding up my thing and you're like scrolling through the video, if I like haven't figured out how to put up a timestamp at whatever time I'm looking, this is what you'll see. So if you're scrolling and I haven't put it up, which I probably will, just do that. Okay, so Golden Bachelor. Oh my god. Well, I mean, this isn't like oh my god. This wasn't that crazy other than that one thing like I already did. Okay. This was the most mature women's tell-all, as we only have one villain, which is great. Like, I don't know what I was expecting in terms of drama, but I feel like this is pretty good with my expectations. I feel like, once you hit a certain age, the BS does not matter. It doesn't define your life. It doesn't give you, like, energy. It doesn't do anything for you. So they're, like, for the most part, most people, I feel like, are like that. But yeah, to the one outlier, all she had to do was make one simple little statement, and that was like the only thing we got from a typical women's tell-all, which I thought was very interesting. Okay, so like I say every single week on the Golden Bachelor / Bachelor in Paradise, I talk the standout moments. I don't typically summarize the episode. Sometimes I tend to summarize because I just want to talk about it all. But like I'm just gonna talk about what stands out to me. If you want somebody to summarize every single thing, go to another YouTube video. But if you are like fine with me just talking the standouts and like what I liked, cool. Okay, so starting off with my notes. I loved seeing all the women reintroduced. I missed them. I'm rooting for them. I think even though I don't know a lot of the women, I just feel like seeing somebody put themselves out there and they're older, it is a sign of like strength and vulnerability, because I mean, not to generalize all older people, not to infantilize them and be like, look at you go, oh my god, but also it's probably incredibly scary to be a part of the first ever Golden Bachelor and the first ever thing that you don't know what it looks like, and probably a lot of these people they probably haven't watched the back, I don't know, maybe they have, I don't know anything, but I love seeing the women reintroduced. It was like really cool. Everybody just has so much love. I feel like they're radiating. Something that I wrote down, because like I feel like honestly, as much as there's like a lot of love and a lot of funny little moments, there isn't a lot of tea, so I may not harp on some things people might have found more entertaining, but the first thing that I wrote down was, so we talk about Susan having like issues with like her farts. I don't know if I really like The Bachelor becoming a little bit more like authentic with potty talk. I don't know, because it's like that's a little like I would be so embarrassed if I was Susan. Luckily these people are fine with it, but I do like that when Susan was talking to everybody, they even included her talking to Gary. Even being married, and I've been with my husband for like 5 years now, been married for 1, I even have trouble just like bringing up the idea of like I have a little gas. Like, it's so embarrassing. Like, I've known this man for so long. I live with him. I see every part of him all the time. I don't even like to bring that up. So the fact that she brought up with somebody on TV is, you're strong. You're so strong. Oh my gosh. Okay, so like I mentioned, the villain of the season wasn't even really that crazy of a villain, because we all just like kind of had a little laugh at her. We did, because even at the Woman Tell All, people are like, Kathy, you're in the hot seat, and she's like, darn it, and then everybody's like, ha, Kathy, you're so silly. I mean, yeah, she really wasn't that big of a villain, because she wasn't really that horrible. She maybe was like judgmental and like a little bit, she rubs you the wrong way, but she really wasn't like feuding with anybody who was trying to feud with her. Like Teresa just like, I don't know. So the fact that Jesse Palmer called her and I was like, Kathy, let me hear it. What's the statement? And then she gives a statement. It's like, well, you have it. That's the feud for the season. It's interesting. Oh my God. Every time I see Edith, she takes my breath away. She takes my breath away. Girl, she looks good. Oh my gosh. She is my golden bachelorette. Oh my goodness. Isn't this crazy? These people are gonna be OGs if they're cast as the bachelors, the bachelor and bachelorette, original golden bachelors, OGs, original golden I'm so lame. It sometimes makes me sad. Okay. Who is gonna be the golden bachelorette, honestly? Because I was like kind of waiting for the announcement because I feel like they were pulling up people that were like, why are we talking to Joan? Let's be honest. As much as she had a heartwarming segment, were we that invested into what was happening with her daughter? I may just be like heartless. I may just like really not care about humanity, I guess. But I truly was just like, why? They're filling time. That's it. I don't know. Let me know if y'all cared about Joan, because I really feel like I was But yeah, so I was waiting the whole time, like, we're gonna hear from our Golden Bachelor for sure, because they're pulling up people that don't matter. That's rude. It's not that she didn't matter, but she didn't cause a lot of, like, we don't really know a lot about her other than her daughter's, like, very intimate issues and situations. Kris Jenner as a cameo. I'm pretty sure because it's probably because Susan brought in a lot of talk about Kris Jenner because she looks like Kris Jenner. So then the Bachelor was like, let's just use some of our cameo money on Miss Kris Jenner because they're both Hulu shows. Keeping Up with the Kardashians is by Hulu. Golden Bachelor is by Hulu. Whatever. Like, I don't know. How much money was she being paid for those 7 seconds? Seriously, I really would like to know because I don't know. I just want to know. Like, give me the numbers on how much money it takes to secure Kris Jenner for 7 seconds on a Golden Bachelor cameo. Okay. Oh my God. Helen is. I think Gary said it. Helen is the heart of the show. Because she put herself out there. She ended up really liking Gary and falling in love with him. And then kind of like facing the worst case scenario of like being rejected and not finding her person with Gary. And I think it's like that really reminds you that like it's just worth it to even like try. God, it is actually really sad, but she really is the heart of the show. And I really liked her time on it because you really felt for her. There was nothing but, I think, admiration and respect that you have for Miss Helen. And it's actually really sad because I think she said Roberta. God, I don't know these people, but I'll cry for them because it's really sad. She faced a loss of her best friend, Roberta, who was a member of Bachelor Nation, which I hate that Jesse was like a long-standing member of Bachelor Nation. Like, don't define her by Bachelor Nation member. She died, you know, but it's like I don't know anything about Roberta. What the heck? She could have been a horrible person, but like that was really heartwarming for them to like pull her and like bring up Roberta because she called out Roberta in the beginning. That was really sweet. Ooh, like it just makes you so sad. God, how am I gonna put myself out of this one? Okay, it's fine. Crying is for the strong. It's okay. The emotionally strong. So then we hear from Joan. I put that with a question mark because I was like, why are we hearing from Joan? Not that it's not, it's not that it's not valuable that we saw that she went to go support her daughter who's having postpartum problems, but I was thinking maybe this is a setup for Golden Bachelor high key. I think I just said that. Not sure. I'm just gonna move. No. It, like I mentioned, I think a couple weeks ago when Joan, also I called her Joanne when I first started talking about her. RIP to everybody who like backed out of the video when I brought up Joan. I said Joanne, and it's like, this girl, what did she watch? um, it was incredibly valuable for her to say, like, when you get older, people don't see you. Breaks my heart. As much as I'm an introvert and I would love not to be seen and acknowledged at all in public, I did feel for that. I really did feel for that, and that really pulled at my heartstrings, because you probably go from being like, and Joan is like a fox. She's like a fox. Can you call a woman a fox when she's older? Because I feel like you can call men like silver foxes. She just looks good, okay? She looks good for her age. You can tell that it may be, and then anybody who did, like, even like doesn't look good for their age, probably just the idea of not being acknowledged in the way that you are when you're young is like hard. And I really do appreciate that she brought that topic to the conversation. So I think that is worth being pulled and sat down at the seat, because I think that's an incredible conversation of value to have, to be like, when you get older, like, let's just be real. People don't see you as much anymore, and that's really sad. Okay, so then we hear from Gare Bear, the gentlest man in the world. Nobody said that, I just said that. But it's, like, really interesting because somebody was bringing up, like, okay, like, the way that The Bachelor is portraying Gary is, like, this man is, like, a saint. Like, this man looks like he's the best man in the world. He could do no wrong. I'm like, if something ever comes out about Gary and it's negative, I am looking the other way. I don't want to know about this man's flaws. I don't want to know about this man's, like, realism and about how he's not the most gentleman in the world. I love him because he's seemingly perfect, and that's all I need. I know he's not, okay? I am grown up enough to know that nobody can be flawless. But when the girls were doing the whole, like, Gary, we appreciate you. You made me feel again. I was like, dang. And it's crazy because he's just a man. You really do just be a man, and everybody's like, my God, you're perfect, you're great, you're gentle. But you just be a man. This next note kills me to say. So we see the rose ceremony, and we're like, we're scared about who's going home, even though he told 2 of them that he loved them, and he didn't tell the 3rd one. Right, bye, Teresa. And then he sends Faith home. Oh my God. What was that, Gary? I physically screamed. I didn't scream. I maybe yelped. I went, ah! When it was a little louder than that. Because me and my husband were like, this is such a waste of time. Like, why are they trying to make this a big dramatic thing? And then Faith gets at home, and you're like, you told her that you loved her in front of her whole entire family. Oh my God. Shock of the season. Shock of the century. Because we were not seeing that. That was very sad. And I think it's really interesting because every time a girl gets sent home, she, like, puts up this mask, which I understand. When you're rejected, it's like, why would I give you any of my vulnerability? You just sent me home. You don't want me, so I'm just gonna, like, put an instantaneous wall up and be like, well, it's nice to meet you. Like, that really hurt my heart when she was going on, when she was like, this is all I tried. Because I really liked Faith. I did. She was my runner-up. She was my runner-up. She was my front runner, okay? She was the person I wanted to see with Gary. But let's be real. When you state that you do not want to leave your home, and I think that her home was, like, was it Minnesota? Or was that Leslie? Her home was, like, states away from Gary. I think that the distance thing might have killed it, and that Teresa might have just been like, I'm down for whatever. And then he's like, well, I mean, being down for whatever could make or break a relationship. So the fact that Faith wasn't down for whatever in terms of location maybe that's it. Maybe. Uh, yeah, no, seriously, like, it just, I feel like it really makes or breaks things. And I think that's a one downfall as to why he didn't choose Faith, because he was like, yeah, you're not even willing to relocate or anything, and you're with your family, and your family's wonderful, and I said I love you because I couldn't help it, but like, I can't help the fact that a long distance relationship is just not something that I don't think is going to be successful. I don't know Gary. I don't know what's inside his brain, but that would be my reasoning as to why I would reject Faith. So that's pretty significant. You kind of stating like, I don't want to, I'm not moving, because Gary's probably like, I'm not. You think you're going to take me? You think you're going to take me? That's crazy. Anyway, so shock of the season, Mr. Gary sends Miss Faith home. Interesting. Okay, so then Faith and Gary have I get really nervous that I'm gonna say the wrong name one time. Then I'm gonna say Faith and Jerry, and then just carry on because I said that for Joanne. Faith and Gary have an emotional reunion that made me, honestly, it made me really emotional, because I was like, look at y'all supposed to be together, oh my god. And you can just tell that it was the most genuine reconnection of old flames. They're not, can they count as old flames even though it's been like only for like a certain amount of time they've known each other? Of old flames just reconnecting, of people that they are each other's the one that got away. Really, like, you get it. I cannot keep reverberating this. So Faith and Gary have an emotional reunion, and honestly, the way that Faith was like, she kind of slipped up and accidentally touched his hand. And I was like, oh. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Because she was so swept up in emotion. That made me wonder. I feel like that would not be something that Faith just like does, like out of accident. Like, I feel like maybe she knows something. Like, maybe Gary doesn't end up with somebody. Like, maybe he's our first ever golden... Maybe he's our first ever golden bachelor who like doesn't choose somebody. He's literally the first golden bachelor who literally could have done anything. Like, first golden bachelor who ends up with somebody, doesn't end up with somebody, you know. Okay, so I was like, Faith, like, Teresa or Leslie could be somebody somewhere watching this, and they don't just like, you're not just gonna be like, oh, sorry, you touched your man. Like, that to me is kind of like, does she know something we don't? Because this is interesting. Anyway, the end of the season bloopers are my favorite of all time of this season. That was so incredibly funny. The funniest thing, I don't even like fart humor. I think like fart jokes, pee jokes, whatever, poop joke. I hate the word poop. It's so gross. Me and my husband say like the P word, or around our house the P word. I just think they're kind of gross, but when Sandra farted, the longest fart I have ever heard in my life, that needs to be submitted to Guinness World Records for sure, because that was interesting how long that was. I'm sorry, it was really hilarious, and the way she did it, she literally just looked at the camera dead on and went, and just farted into her face. I could never. I would be so mortified. It would be incredible. Like, I don't know. So, yeah, I will never forget that. I'm still a child. You could, I mean, I don't typically hear a fart and then giggle, but like, that one was insane. That one went crazy. That's what I have for Golden Bachelor. Come back next week to whenever the heck I post this. I don't know when that is. I don't have a designated day for when I post these, because it just is whenever the heck me and my husband can get to watching them, and whenever the heck I can record them. But yeah, so we're going to transition into Bachelor in Paradise. We're in week 7, right? I really hope so. Yeah, so we're in week 7 of Golden Bachelor in Paradise, you think? So yeah, sorry, I put this up way too long. I'm gonna just do the whole entire review just like this. Okay, so Bachelor in Paradise. Okay, so Charity stands up for Aaron, which is like the only tea she can provide for this whole beach. Like, what the heck? Why did they call Charity down? I feel like if they had called her down and this wasn't going on, what do we have? You know, like, I hate to say it, I don't really want to hear from Charity about like kind of anything else. Like, she left off on good terms with everyone. Except for maybe Brayden, but I don't think that they interacted at all. Yeah, no, what the heck would I like? Anyway, but then anyways, so Charity stands up for Brayden, clears his name, is like, I think that you're good. I think that you should go for Eliza if you really like her. It's fine. Like, you're a good guy. Also, why the heck would anybody reach out to Charity's family? The only way I'm reaching out to Charity's family is if I'm actually pregnant with his sperm. Like, are you okay in the head? No, you're not. You know what? Actually, I could be saying that, and like, she could have had a legitimate reason to reach out. Like, I could be, you know, it's like really hard to say things that are like bold. I wish I could just be somebody who's just like, you know, I'm just gonna say the statement and leave it there. I just have to lead with understanding, and it just sucks. Like, gosh. No, but that whole thing was a mountain out of an actual molehill. Like, okay, so it also makes me question what the heck Kat actually said to Charity, because it's like, you're out, like, so Kat just started this whole thing because she's like, Charity's my best friend, okay? She's my best friend. I have a feeling girls like that throw around the word best a lot, and don't legitimately mean best friend. I have a feeling like best is just kind of like a thing that they throw out to be like, to just kind of be like, you know what? Charity, the Bachelorette, is my bet. Like, it just is like it's a possessive thing. It's not like a legitimate thing. I have a feeling that Kat just said that because she wanted to cause drama and to ruin Eliza's day, because her day was like kind of ruined at that point when she mentioned it, when she mentioned it to Eliza, which is like annoying, because it's like, Charity came down and cleared his name. Charity did not tell you to like avoid Aaron. Like, maybe she did warn her like in a specific way, I guess, but like, it just doesn't make sense because Charity came down and was like, you're good, bro, like, pursue your girl, whatever the heck. Like, it just is like, okay, so Kat doesn't have any credibility in this situation because like she started this whole thing that's like ended for nothing. Like, so then Charity goes, whatever. Aaron B says that he's falling in love with Eliza, and I don't believe him. Are there any Aaron B fans in the crowd? Because I feel like, what? Like, this man is just a man to me. Like, not just a man, sorry. That sounds really derogatory when I say it. This man is just a man to me. This man is just a person to me. Like, watching Aaron B and Eliza and Eliza just like go around the beach. We don't know, like, we have known Eliza for a decent amount of time, and the only thing we know about her is like that she grew up in Germany. She's like a very pretty girl. She like had a thing with Rodney. We don't know much about her. Aaron B is just kind of like this guy who's just like low-key, like, I don't know, you just don't trust him instinctually. And I'm kind of like, who the heck are these people? These people are just like people to me. Like, they're just people who are just like around the beach who like just want to come on because they want like followings. Like, I'm not emotionally invested in anybody this season. No, yeah, nobody this season. Seriously, I'm like, we don't know like anything about anybody. But we know things about Rachel because she was the Bachelorette. But other than that, why the heck don't we know at this point? So they're spending so much time on this darn beach. Why don't we know hobbies? Why don't we know high schools? Why don't we know majors in college? Why don't we know much? You know, they're just like chilling, but like, who has substance on this beach? I feel like not a lot of them. That's another thing, is like, okay, sure, if they maybe try to put some substance in, like, do these people actually have a lot of substance? You know what? No. I am a little bit emotionally invested in Olivia because she put herself out there. She has a personality. She is attractive. But she has a personality too. Not to say when you're beautiful, you can't have a personality. it's not shocking when somebody with a pretty face doesn't end up having a personality. Let's just say that. So I really don't have like a, oh, the Kat, Olivia, and John Henry love triangle. What are I'm gonna, okay, so before pre rose ceremony thoughts, these are my pre rose ceremony thoughts. Honestly, before I knew what the heck was gonna happen, I was kind of like, okay, John Henry could choose Olivia, should choose Olivia. Like, are you kidding? That's a girl who's like funny, authentic, beautiful. And you have like spent time with her. But then I'm also kind of thinking, like, honestly, the only reason that John Henry seems to be entertaining Kat is because he seems like maybe that she's more his type. Like, let's just be so for real. I think the reason that you know, like when they were up in the hot tub, I think the reason that he was like, I've been trying to kiss you for, or I've been waiting to kiss you for 3 days, is probably because like she is like physically more attractive to him versus like I think Olivia's personality in Kat's body I think would be like married. They'd be married, like because I just, other than that, I don't see the pull towards Kat at all. I have gone on this tangent a million times. Kat is just not a person of substance that I want to get to know at all. I don't understand, like, why people on the beach like her. I truly, yuck. That's all I have. But the thing is that's conflicting about that statement that I just said is, let's be serious. When we thought that Kat and Olivia were potentially fighting for a rose, I was like, okay, but who do I want to see on the beach more, Olivia or Kat? Who do I want to be entertained by more these upcoming weeks? Honestly, this is bad. I like Olivia more. I want to see her happy, but I am thoroughly more entertained by Kat. And I feel like the beach would be a little bit more boring if pre-rose ceremony and they were gonna go and like go through a real ceremony. I feel like Olivia, if she was sent, or if Olivia stayed and was chosen by John Henry, the beach would just be with a bunch of people that are like not really that full of substance. Let's just be serious. Like, Kat is not full of substance, but she is full of drama, and that's what we sign up to watch every week. That's what I sign up to watch. I don't need to root for people to be entertained. Like, but I mean, I did say, like, I'm not emotionally invested in these people, but I'm still watching, bro. Like, I'm down to see. I'm down to see what happens, but I'm not emotionally invested in people. Except for Olivia. Okay, so then rose ceremony. Let's talk rose ceremony. Becca leaves early. Who cared about you anyways? Who cared about you anyways? But I wish we got more of a reason as to why she left. I'm so sorry. I'm going to check how much time I have left. Oh my god, I hate when I do that. So sorry. I hate when I'm so sorry. Becca leaves early. We're like, what the heck is going on? Can we get some sort of explanation? She literally is just like dragging her feet, being like, okay, Jessie, I'm coming. What? Girl, get off the beach if you're gonna actually like think about getting off the beach. But I wish that she'd given us more of an emotional, like, I've been thinking about leaving because these girls just don't like me. Like, it's like high school again where I have to like vie for like girls' hearts and boys' hearts because everybody makes me feel like I'm not welcome. You know, like I wish we got like some sort of explanation. We didn't get anything. We literally just got her like walking off, and it was so stupid. It was stupid. Okay, so then Becca leaves. We're like, what the hell? Brayden is like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. He's like freaking out a little bit. Why the heck? Brayden really lost one with Rachel. He really did. So we see that Tanner chooses Rachel, which, by the way, they have a conversation earlier that I feel like didn't really need to be noted because it's kind of like, dang, can somebody come down who's going to be emotionally invested in Rachel or what? Because y'all are really doing the girl Rachel dirty this season because she's a catch. She's a pilot. Are you kidding me? She's a past bachelorette. I feel like she needs her She needs her flowers. She needs her flowers. She needs her roses. It's so sad to see the bag so fumbled. Really is. Yeah, so Tanner chooses Rachel. At least she got somebody. At least she got Tanner. But it's like those two do not fit. But it's cool because at least she gets another week on the beach to chill. And for us to pity her another time, I guess. I don't know. So then John Henry. Should I go to John Henry immediately? Yeah. Okay. John Henry chooses Kat. I'm only talking about the people who I'm like, because I'm like, I'm not gonna go there. Kylie chooses Avon. Boring. They're a boring couple. They're just pretty people that seemingly have no substance. Well, one played football, one was a cheerleader, blah blah blah. Okay, so John Henry chooses Kat. We're like, oh my god, okay? Talk about thinking with your genitalia. It's disgusting. Really, like, it's really annoying. The way that, like, mean women who are just attractive just get a lot of attention. Have that be a man. Have literally Kat be in man form and not be physically attractive. No, you could even put him in a man form and be attractive. The women would be so disgusted by him. Oh my gosh. Okay. But I did hear that Kat is like telling people, like asking people to be a little bit more kind to her. And she's like, can we please just have peace? I will say I'm completely against cyberbullying. Like, don't go to people's DMs and in their comments and stuff and make them feel bad as a person simply because you're rubbed the wrong way about them on reality TV. Because it's like it just reflects more on you. It's not like you're actually going to tell them something they will take into consideration. You're just truly projecting hate. But like, you can't act like this on reality TV and just be like expect people to love you. Like, what? Olivia talks with Kat, and I'm team Kat, and I'm team Olivia, even though Kat is like, she goes like, move with intention. I'm still team Kat. There was a podcaster, the Bachelor's podcast, that said, you know what? If it was me talking to Kat, my hand would not only be in front of your face, it would be on your face. That to me is hilarious because it's like, Kat needs somebody to just like hit her. I don't condone violence at all. I would never hit somebody. But the girl needs to be hit in her face. Like, she's somebody who has never faced any, like, legitimate repercussions for her actions or her words. And the fact that she is like, you know what? You have disrespected people on this beach. She tried to tell that to Olivia. And Olivia's like, name one time, bro. And she's like, I don't owe you that. You don't owe her that. That was a grave accusation. That was pretty impactful. Why are you just, like, moving around this beach like nobody can touch you? Like, you're great. Like, ew, entitled, disgusting. I understood, like, Olivia was also talking, I feel like, respectfully, and then when it came down to her being like, move with intention, I think I would be fed up too. I don't know if I would have it in me to be like, move with intention, because it does kind of look bad, but you're like, I get it, like, she's a frustrating person to talk to. I think all of us would snap and be like, bro, move with intention. But it was kind of like off to see, because it's like, hey, shoot, you know that like Kat is not gonna take that and like literally was not gonna hear your words and think about moving with intention. But I could see how Olivia's like, bro, you have no like, you're just garbage. Like, okay. Olivia talks with John Henry because John Henry wants to clear his conscience, just like Olivia said. And I felt for Olivia in that moment because I was like, you do not deserve to feel this way. You are truly being vulnerable. You're trying your best to be authentic. And then just here's this man like that is very clearly attractive and you're very hurt over him, but it's like you should be hurt over him if he's gonna actually go chase garbage, you know? So I feel for her. Because it's like, dang. You are really being vulnerable and like saying like it hurts you, and like Kat could never do it. Kat could never. Okay, yeah. John Henry, you're a dog. You're a dog. Jess and Blake, get back together because Jess misses his attention but not who he is. What the heck is Blake doing on this beach? Why is he here season after season? It's draining to see. That's not a real couple. They'll break up in a few months. If they get married, I was gonna say I'll literally swallow poison, but no, I'll just be incredibly shocked because I mean, like, weirder things have happened. The fact that, like, what's her name, Mari, and what's his name, Mari and whatever the heck from that one season are still together is a miracle. That's wild. Miracles have happened before. So, okay. So, we end off on seeing if, I think his name is Michael. I'm not sure. We'll choose Olivia or someone else. We're all rooting for Olivia. I hope that the whole beach would root for Olivia. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, it's like you want it to be Olivia and you think it's gonna be Olivia. Everybody's saying, but it's like anything could happen. Men are so incredibly disappointing. I don't know. I just don't know, bro. Like, that's literally where I'm gonna end off. You can't spell disappointment without men. And that's how I feel this week. Like I said for Golden Bachelor, please tune in for next week. Let me know how you feel. I should have said that right at the beginning because nobody watches the ends. Let me know how you feel about any of the contestants. Who's your favorite contestant? Mine is Olivia, even though I was like, I'd rather see Kent. Mine is Olivia. Justice for Rachel, and yeah, send me a comment. I love reading your words.